The 56th Infantry Tatag Battalion was activated, organized, equipped, and trained in Budato, Sulu on November 7, 1985 under the leadership of Major Josefino B. Manayao, Infantry Philippine Army, and was placed organic to the 1st Infantry Division Philippine Army. On January 15, 1986, after a brief stint in Sulu Province, the unit was deployed in Hinabangan, Western Samar, and undertook intensified counterinsurgency operations in 5 municipalities in Western and Eastern Samar. On September 1987, the battalion was deployed in Luzon area. Subsequently, it took counterinsurgency responsibility in the municipalities of Laur, Pungabon, and Palayan City of Nueva Ecija and some municipalities of Aurora. When 7th Infantry Division Philippine Army was activated, the battalion became organic to it. On October 1992, the battalion under the leadership of Colonel Arturo B. Tagamolila, GSC Philippine Army, moved to assume the counterinsurgency responsibility over the whole province of Ifugao. On June 9, 1995, under the leadership of Lieutenant Colonel Antonio I. Supnet, Infantry Philippine Army, the unit left Ifugao Province and established its headquarters at Sitio Baquero, Barangay Nalbuan, Baay Likuan, Abra. On April 15, 1997, under the command of Lieutenant Colonel Eugeniano Di Palmera, Field Artillery Philippine Army, the battalion established its new base at Barangay Canantong, Laur, Nueva Ecija, and was designated as the first rapid deployment force in Luzon. On March 7, 1999, with the worsening situation in Mindanao brought about by the atrocities committed by the Southern Philippine separatist groups and communist terrorists, the unit was redeployed in Barangay Malagos, Baguio District, Davao City. On April 10, 1999, the battalion was relocated to Poblacion Makilala, North Cotabato, and eventually took ISO responsibility over the towns of Magpet and Makilala of Cotabato Province. From the month of February to June 2000, the conflict between the government and the MILF terrorists heightened. During the implementation of Upland Dominance, the battalion was tasked to conduct combat operations and eventually capture MILF camps in the provinces of Cotabato and Maguindanao, particularly the Limbalag Complex and Camp Rahamuda. After the fall of Camp Abubakar, the unit was tasked to participate in the campaign against the remnants of the MILF terrorists. Employing the concept of interoperability, the unit was tasked to participate in combat operations within the 602nd Infantry Brigade's AOR. The unit acted in a primordial role in these operations. On February 2002, the unit, spearheaded by Colonel Florante B. Martinez, Infantry GSC Philippine Army, the battalion went back to Luzon and established its headquarters at Barangay Upper Bigte, Norzagaray, Bulacan. The unit's area of responsibility covered the whole province of Bulacan and Barangay Umiray of General Nakar, Quezon. On November 27, 2006, under the leadership of Lieutenant Colonel Noel S. Clement, Infantry GSC Philippine Army, the unit underwent battalion training at Camp Texon, Barangay Tartaro, San Miguel, Bulacan. On May 11, 2010, under the command of Lieutenant Colonel Jesus B. Sarsagat, Field Artillery GSC Philippine Army, the 56th Infantry Battalion was deputized by the COMELEC to provide security to the PICOS machine and polling centers within area of operation during national and local election. On June 22, 2013, the unit under Lieutenant Colonel Bernardo M. Oña, Infantry GSC Philippine Army, the headquarters 56th Infantry Battalion moved to Barangay Calabuanan, Baler, Aurora, and assumed ISO responsibility in the whole province of Aurora, whole province of Quirino, 5 municipalities of Nueva Ecija, of Alfonso, Castañeda, Nueva Vizcaya, Dinapigue, Isabela, and Barangay Umiray of General Nakar, Quezon. On February 20, 2018, the unit, spearheaded by Lieutenant Colonel Edwin M. Paredes, Infantry GSC Philippine Army, the battalion moved from Aurora Province to Mindanao area and placed OPCON to 1003rd Brigade, 10th Infantry Division, Philippine Army. The unit's AOR covers the municipality of Talainod, Davao del Norte, and later extended, covering the 4 barangays of San Fernando, Bukidnon. Today, the 56th Infantry Battalion under the leadership of Lieutenant Colonel Norman E. Valdez, Infantry GSC Philippine Army, continued to exert efforts in attaining the peace and development in its area of operation. With the full understanding that counterinsurgency should be addressed at the grassroots level, different line of operations and line of efforts are being conducted to end insurgency and contribute to the development, specifically in geographically isolated and disadvantaged areas and conflict-affected areas. The campaign plan of 56th Infantry Battalion is designed to conduct development support and security operations to destroy communist terrorist groups in order to establish a peaceful and conflict-resilient communities. The surrender of Dato Gibang on June 9, 2018, the mayor of Komiteng Revolusyonaryo sa Munisipalidad ng Talaingod and the founder of Salugpungan Tetano Igkanugon Community Learning Center Incorporated, caused 26 of his followers, including CPP-NPA terrorists, to embrace peace and follow his steps. Tribal leaders, together with the Provincial National Commission of Indigenous People, passed resolutions for the closure of all Salugpungan schools, which resulted to the closure of 20 Salugpungan schools in Talaingod. Furthermore, 37 former rebels are now enrolled in Enhanced Comprehensive Local Integration Program, or ECLIP. Members of neutralized underground mass organizations benefited from the livelihood programs facilitated by the community support teams through the local government units, local government agencies, and non-government organizations. With a continuous effort to build trust and initiate community development, the unit facilitated the delivery of basic services to the different communities. Series of pulong-pulong or dialogue in the communities were also conducted to provide a venue to address the concerns and grievances raised by the communities. Numerous outreach programs such as gift giving, Brigada Eskwela, and city visitations were initiated by the unit that benefited the communities. The unit initiated a 3-day peace-building seminar to former rebels and underground mass organization members in the municipality of Talaingod last July 2019 and San Fernando Bukidnon last August 2019 to assist, guide, and prepare the former rebels and underground mass organizations in their transition back to the mainstream society. On August 30 to September 1, 2019, the first Youth Leadership Summit 2019 was successfully conducted with a total of 98 participants from the different barangays of Talaingod. The activity developed the leadership and social skills of the youths and became peace advocates in their respective communities. On September 2019, the CSP team of 56th Infantry Battalion facilitated the conduct of TESDA skills training on masonry, carpentry, beads making, abaca training, processing, and scrunch making to the UGMO members, former rebels, and women's sector of Sitio Tibukag, Barangay Dagohoy. This training provided the participants with livelihood training to support the needs of their families. In October 2019, the unit in partnership with the LGUs conducted its first Talaingod Tribal Leaders Summit 2019, which was participated by the tribal leaders of Talaingod. This initiative paved an avenue for tribal empowerment and support to the peace and development programs of the government. Through the implementation of National Task Force to End Local Communist Armed Conflict, the 56th Infantry Battalion, together with its partner agencies, collaborated to facilitate delivery of basic services through a series of outreach programs and one-stop caravan convergence initiatives to the most vulnerable communities. As the unit is committed to maintain the morale and welfare of its personnel, 2 officers and 78 enlisted personnel were also promoted to the next higher rank. 5 officers and 137 EP were sent to various schoolings and trainings to comply with their career advancement, and numerous commendations were given to the serving individuals. Furthermore, this unit is continuously providing rest and recreation privilege to its personnel as part of boosting the morale and welfare of its personnel. To support the operational requirements, the 56th Infantry Battalion maintained the 100% serviceability of all its organic vehicles, individual and crew-served weapons, and competently renovated the unit's admin building, conference room, storage room, mess hall, and water source system. As we celebrate another milestone, we look back and give recognition to every individual who has great contribution to the unit. As a family, we fought so many battles, and along the way, we lost some of our noble soldiers. They have served well with dignity and purpose, and they will always remain in the hearts of the Tatag family. Thus, today, the unit gives due tribute and honor to our fallen comrades who offered their most precious lives in the name of peace. They set the pillars of this unit. Thus, up to this very moment, the battalion stands strong to fulfill its mandate, motivated by the heroism shown by our noble soldiers. In our pursuit to attain peace and development, with the implementation of the whole-of-nation approach through the National Task Force to end local communist armed conflict, the 56th Infantry Battalion, together with its partner government agencies and other civilian entities, will synchronize its efforts in addressing issues and concerns of our indigenous people communities through the delivery of basic services and bringing the programs of the government to uplift the IP state of living and further build conflict-resilient communities. As our commitment, the Tatag troopers will always perform their duties and responsibilities with utmost dedication and faithfulness to accomplish its target goals. Once a Tatag will always be a Tatag, trustworthy, altruistic, tactful, admirable, and godly. Welcome to the humble home of Tatag troopers, and happy 34th founding anniversary!
Iwan ang sandata